Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you all for rocking with me, and I may not be able to repay you with today's content, but I promise you I will try. So let's get into it. I want to start by asking y'all something. How does a man sit in a cage for 6 years, man? No conviction. No conviction, right? The charges was dropped. I think the trial was pushed back again, and we still, we call this justice. But that's exactly what happened with YNW Melly. And before somebody jumps in yelling, well, he's famous, we need to stop that, man. That's the point. If this can happen to someone with money, lawyers, and media attention, which it usually never happens to, what do you think is happening to the people you never heard about? This isn't a Melly story, in my opinion, man. This is an American story, right? Because, YNW Melly has been, like I said, he's been locked up since 2019. No conviction. No conviction, man. And I think the tampering, that's what it was. The tampering charges was just dropped. In the trial, they pushed that back another year. That's not a delay, man. That's a life sentence before a verdict. And according to the Constitution, the old document, they swear oaths on. You're innocent until proven guilty. Not innocent until we feel like getting around to it. That's just dirty, man. Right? The 8th Amendment says no excessive bail. The 4th Amendment says that the state doesn't get to ignore that. And the Supreme Court already told us, man, if you haven't been convicted, you cannot be punished. So explain to me how years in a cage isn't punishment. I'll wait, man. Somebody drop it on me. Please explain it to me. Here's the dirty secret of the court system. The time is the weapon. The time is the weapon, man. No evidence, no truth, just time. Because the longer they hold you, the more likely it is that you lose your job. And if you lose your job, you ain't got no paper, you ain't got no money to pay lawyer fees. You lose your house. A lot of times your girl didn't jump ship. You lose your family, right? Your mental stability. And eventually you stop asking, am I innocent? And you start asking, how do I make this stop? That's how plea deals are born, man. That's a brutal system that they're operating under, right? Over 90% of criminal cases end in plea deals. Why? Because pretrial detention makes people desperate. The studies show it. People held pretrial are more likely to plead guilty. They get harsher sentences, and even when the evidence is weak, that's not justice. That's coercion with paperwork, right? So they'll tell you, man, in a New York minute, we just need more time to build your defense. Yeah. Meanwhile, the prosecution already has the police reports, labs, subpoena power, unlimited taxpayer funding, and the defense has an overworked attorney and a legal pad. That's like saying give the heavyweight champ 6 more months to train while the other guy sits in the chair. I just can't get with it, man. I just can't get with it, right? I want to discuss too, man, the haves and the have-nots. If you're rich, man, a speedy trial is strategic. We see this all the time, man. You see rich folk, they come up, especially police officers or people that are within that judicial system, right? From the time the court starts, and I've shared this information plenty of times on my platform, from the time the court starts and the time that it ends, man, we're talking less than a year. There is no sitting for these people. That's strategy. The speedy trial is strategy. Bail is temporary, right? The delay is optional. But if you're poor, man, or you're unimportant in the eyes of these people, right? Speedy trial is pressured away. They make you sign a waiver at the beginning of the case when it's not in your best interest to do so. And once you sign that waiver at the beginning of the case, it's a wrap. They're going to make you sit, right? The bail is a brick wall for the poor. Right? The delay is a punishment. Same laws, we're talking 2 different systems. Right? And this is why it's not being talked about, because if we stop this, right, jail population would collapse, man, enormously. The prosecutors would lose leverage. Ain't that something? Courts would have to actually work. That's crazy, man. Budgets would change. And they hope that you never connect the dots. They hope that we never connect the dots. But this Melly situation, man, should really shine light on what's really going on out here. You can't claim to not know now if you come in contact with this video. right? We got to develop a plan of action, man. Right? And I would say, number one, man, we gotta end, like, no more automatic speedy trial waivers, man. No more automatic speedy trial waivers. Every delay must be justified on record. Right? Hard time limits. Number two, man, hard time limits on pretrial detention. If the state isn't ready, the case is dismissed. You got people sitting in jail 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, man. That's ridiculous. That's punishment. Right? Number three, mandatory transparency. Show how long people sit before pleading. Sunlight changes behavior. Right? You got people locked in a cage. Eventually, they're going to break. The average person can't take it. You just said it. I just said it, man. 90% of convictions ends in plea deals. That's crazy, man. And fourth, we got to put some pressure on these people, man. Not hashtags, man. I'm talking about education, constant conversation, man, and voting, man. You know what I mean? Courtroom attendance, because silence is what keeps this crap alive, right? YNW Melly isn't on trial right now, man. That system is. And if it fails him, it's already failing thousands of people who don't have a microphone. So I'll leave y'all with this, right? How many innocent people are sitting in cages right now, not because they're guilty, but because they're tired, right? Or because they don't have the resource. And if justice moves this slow for the powerless, who is this system really designed to protect, right? I'm interested to hear what y'all got to say about this specific topic, man. I started full. I'm empty for now. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all next time.